Alright, let's talk about the VHS franchise. So, this is a series where I talk about franchises in under 10 minutes and what I think about them. Um, so, the VHS franchise. I just finished watching VHS 85 in preparation for this video. And apparently next year we're supposed to get the next VHS, so I'll probably do an update installment on this. But VHS. The original one is going to be the favorite. You know, I don't think any other film will get to this level of awesomeness. I remember when this first came out, I was blown away by it. The first one is probably one of the best found footage movies ever made. It's genuinely scary, and the one with the hooker that turns out or the chick from the bar that turns out to be a demon or whatever, that's probably always going to be one of my favorite stories in the entire series. But yeah, nothing will top the original, but that doesn't mean that we haven't had some really awesome fucking sequels. There are some really great sequels. Now, I don't think it's nearly as good as the first one, but VHS 2 is still a fucking worthy sequel. This is, it's very hard to make a movie better than the original. It's more times than not very difficult. Sometimes it happens. But VHS 2 is a worthy sequel nonetheless. I love this movie. You know, there's one or two sequences in it, like the zombie one, that I'm not too big on. But still, altogether, I think this is a fantastic sequel in this franchise. Viral. So VHS Viral was the fourth one in the third one in the series, and came out a year after VHS 2. This is the one movie in the franchise that I think is bad. Every other movie in this franchise is pretty damn good except for this one. I had a fucking terrible time with this one. The whole wraparound story is the weakest in the franchise by far. And all of the sequences in this are bad. There is not a single good sequence in this. I think all of the shorts are bad, all the stories are bad, and the wraparound is the worst in the series. Do not watch this sequel. For the VHS series, after we got VHS Viral, because it was by far the worst in the franchise and a movie that I really hate. But by God, if Shudder made the series whole again. Shudder got the rights to VHS after Viral because it was such a bomb. So then we got VHS 4, VHS 1994. This movie is fucking phenomenal. I think it has my favorite sequence in the entire franchise next to the demon lady, the robot, the scientist that builds that robot guy. Dude, that whole fucking sequence had me cracking up. This movie is fucking fantastic. It goes back to the roots, and somehow some of the sequences in this are honestly better than some of the ones in the first one. Like, I gotta admit, Shudder really breathed new life into this franchise. VHS 99. Now, admittedly, the first sequence in this movie is by far the worst one, but even the first sequence in this movie is fantastic. And of course, you got Stephen Ogan here as the announcer guy for the game show one. This is just altogether a fantastic movie, and I think one of my favorites has to be the last one, which is shocking, because I don't really like that genre of horror. But I really fucking enjoyed the last one. I thought it was hilarious how they came back and it was like they body swapped with the chick. That was hilarious. But if you're into like 90s nostalgia and punk music and 90s game shows like on Nickelodeon and shit, you'll definitely have a bunch of fun with this one. I absolutely loved this movie. There's also a really cool sequence with fuck, I can't remember, with this Medusa chick that's pretty damn cool. But other than that, go watch it. We got VHS 85, the most recent installment. I'd say this movie is about the same level of quality as VHS 94. I don't think it's as good as 99, but it's still a damn good movie. There's one really good sequence with a VR headset, and there's another really good sequence with a Spanish news station, which ends up being like, an earthquake happens and they end up falling into this like ancient Aztec temple, and there's a blood god in there. It's very confusing, but nevertheless, this was a very, very good movie. I think the VR one had to be my favorite. I did not expect that in this movie. I also really like the one with the wraparound story with the boat and like the cult family. I thought that was pretty damn good. And I had a lot of fun with this one. I also like the wraparound story as well. Well, no, the wraparound story was yeah, no, the wraparounds. There was a couple wraparound stories in this one, but yeah, very good movie. Highly recommend it. The only VHS movie that I don't recommend is Viral because it's terrible. But you know, every franchise has that one dud movie. So that was the VHS franchise in under 10 minutes.